Hey everyone, welcome. Guys, we'll get started shortly. Welcome. Welcome everyone. Hey welcome. We'll get started shortly. Hey Terry, welcome Terry. We'll get started. Hey Daniel, welcome Daniel. Welcome. Hello. We'll get started shortly. Hope you guys had a great weekend and that you're getting ready to get back to work. Welcome. We'll get started shortly. Hey Mary, welcome. We'll get
Hi
started
David,
shortly.
thank
Hello.
you for welcoming.
Welcome. We'll get started shortly. We're going to go over Forex, cryptos, and the futures market. We've got a lot to go over. We'll get started shortly. We'll get started shortly. Welcome. We'll get started shortly, guys. Welcome everyone. Got a lot going on this evening. All right, everyone, let's go ahead and get started, guys. All right, I'm going to share my screen, my trading screen. 1 second. All right, you guys should see Monster Futures, and you should see my cursor. If you don't see my cursor moving, let me know, please. All right. All right. There's a lot going on in the markets. I don't know if you guys saw the markets closed last week on Friday. So big moves in the markets. Okay, so pay attention to the VIX. All right, the VIX made a big move on Friday. Okay, so pay attention to that. That's going to affect the equity markets. All right, so right here, Monster Futures. So this is the futures market, and currently the market is open. And so the Dow, NASDAQ, this is the E-mini. All right, so the Dow, the NASDAQ, all right, the Russell, they're about flat for the evening. Okay, so currently they're flat. Hey, Peter, welcome. All right, so they're flat for the evening. The big thing I want to show you guys is right here in Heat Seeker. All right. So for monster futures, heat seeker, we are seeing the VIX. All right. So traders are buying volatility. All right, volatility. And as a reminder, we pay attention to the VIX, all right, because the VIX measures volatility for the equity market. So the equity markets, okay, so as the VIX moves higher, all right, that's not good for stocks. That's not good for the equity markets, okay? So when traders are buying volatility, right, so when they're buying VIX, the volatility index, right, here and here, that's not good for stocks, okay? And we're starting to see that in the equity markets. So the Dow, the S&P, NASDAQ, they're moving down on our radar here. The Dow is neutral, okay? But the NASDAQ, right, S&P and the Russell, they're all moving down. Okay, we can see that price action also here. All right, so be very, very careful. The equity markets, the indexes are now in a markdown phase, okay? Currencies are moving lower. The dollar here in the futures market, dollar is up. All right, the Australian dollar, it's moving down. British pound is moving down. The CAD, Canadian dollar, euro, Japanese yen, Swiss franc, they're all moving down in the futures market. All right. As far as commodities, gold, all right, heating oil, right, it's kind of mixed right now, but gold, silver, we're seeing a bid, right, in gold and silver, and then heating oil, but crude oil, they've pulled back a bit. All right, so as far as bonds, right, bonds are moving to the downside. All right, but the big play is right now the VIX. All right, the VIX. All right, so keep an eye on that. All right, keep an eye. Hey, Leon, welcome. All right, keep an eye on that. Hello. All right, let's go right into cryptos. Okay, so cryptos monster. All right, as you guys know, we track Bitcoin. All right, so here is Bitcoin here, and we use Bitcoin as a barometer for the entire crypto market. Okay, so as Bitcoin goes down or lower or higher, so will the majority of the other cryptos that are out there. So, you know, really, really watch Bitcoin to give you guys an idea of how things are moving. All right. I want you guys to keep this in mind. I'm going to move this up a bit here. All right. All the major, we track the 4 major cryptos. All right. Hey, Terry, welcome. All right. And currently, guys, they're all consolidating. All right. These numbers right here, right? You see 17, 15, 16, right? These numbers means that these major cryptos are consolidating. All right. So they're in a tight range. All right. So, and if a number under 20, right? A number under 20 means that, right, these major cryptos are consolidating. So they're in a tight consolidation. So we want to be very, very careful trading cryptos. Okay. However, at some point, right, prices getting squeezed. So at some point, these cryptos will break out either to the upside or to the downside. All right. So keep that in mind. They are not trending right now. They're consolidating. So we can see that price action, and I've drawn some trend lines here. All right, for Bitcoin. All right, for Bitcoin. Okay, so here's the trend line, upward trend line for Bitcoin right here, downward trend line, and right now we have a triangle. All right, price is being squeezed, guys. Price is being squeezed, and price is holding right here. All right, so when price gets squeezed like this, it eventually has to break out either to the upside or to the downside. Okay, so again, these numbers here, Bitcoin is at Hey, Stella, welcome. Bitcoin is at right now at 1568. So price is really being squeezed, guys. That's very, very low. All right. So keep an eye on Bitcoin. Expect a breakout either to the upside or to the downside. We can't call it right now. Sellers are coming in, right? But guess what? Buyers can come in anytime and then push the price back up. Okay. Kind of like what it did here, like here. All right. And what it did here. Whenever price gets squeezed, expect a big move to the upside or to the downside. All right. So keep that in mind. All right. The yen, we've been watching the yen. All right. So the yen is still trending down. It broke support right here. This is the monthly time frame. All right. Moving lower. All right. The dollar is still holding, right? The dollar right now broke resistance. It's an early break of resistance, and it's at 101. All right. So you guys should be watching the dollar pairs, trading the dollar pairs. All right. There have been some really good moves last week. All right. In the dollar pairs, you guys should be all over this, right? We've been talking about the dollar pairs. We've been talking about this breakout. All right. So this should not be a surprise. All right. Pound yen, buy off a break of resistance right here. This is the big picture, monthly time frame, buy signal here. Price is moving higher. I know it pulled back, right? The pound yen pulled back, but stay with it. You should be out waiting for new buy signals to get back in and okay, and push the price higher. All right. As far as monster scalper, our top trending pair right now is USD CNH. All right. USD CNH, right? Guys, big move. All right. We've been talking about the dollar. So big move in this pair on a breakout. Here was the buy signal right here. Broke resistance, held support, and it's all the way up here, guys. Okay. So on the 240-minute time frame. Okay. The second dollar pair is dollar ZAR. ZAR is a big mover. Buy signal right here. Held, clearly in the markup phase. All right. Clearly in the markup phase. All right. So if you've missed these opportunities here, you can bring out your 30-minute chart and look for opportunities on reversals. All right. I also send out a message on the CAD. Look for the CAD pairs. So the Aussie pairs. The Aussie pairs are making a move down. All right. So if you want to look for short opportunities, you can find some short opportunities, the Aussie and Kiwi pairs, the New Zealand Kiwi pairs. Okay. All right. But the dollar and also the euro pairs, guys, the euro pairs also. So euro ZAR, all right, is moving up. But keep these, what we're finding as right now, and this happens a lot, where the dollar pairs and the euro pairs will trend together. All right. So dollar, euro, these pairs here will trend up together. The Aussie, right? Aussie, New Zealand, and sometimes the yen pairs will trend together. All right. Pound kind of mix, does its own thing sometimes. All right. All right. So I'm going to open the floor. I'm going to open the floor here. Any questions on anything? Any questions on anything? Any questions on anything? Any symbols you guys want to take a look at? Any questions on anything? Any trades that you guys are in that you want to take a look at? No questions, guys? Any questions on anything?
No, I don't got any day.
What's that, Leon?
I say no, I don't got any at the moment.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm going to go through this. So stop me if you guys have any questions. Okay, please. All
Okay.
right. So take a look. If you guys are not in these dollar pairs, right? We want to get in. Here is USD TRY. Okay. USD TRY is a big mover, guys. Lots of volatility, big mover. All right. And right now it's got a buy signal, right? Buy signal was right here. Okay, let me open this up. Buy signal. This is a big mover, right? So buy signal came in on a break of this resistance. All right, and it's testing. I want to show you guys this. It's in the markup phase, but it's getting in that reaccumulation phase right here on a break of this resistance. Here is reaccumulation. And what I want to show you guys is that this is pretty good resistance right here. So if it breaks this resistance, all right, if it breaks this resistance here, we could get a big push. All right, the next area of resistance is this support right here. Okay, so right here, which we're the previous sell signal right here, right, is previous support, which is now resistance. All right, so here was our buy signal right here. All right, it's currently in the trade, in the markup phase. If it breaks through this resistance right here, right, which was the last previous buy signal right here, all right, we could get a big push to right here. If it gets above this area here, guys, all right, so you could get in this trade now, all right, and just hold it, okay? But if it gets above this area right here at 14.85, right? You could see a big move, kind of like this. No, I'm not saying it's gonna happen, all right? But kind of like this right here. This was pretty big resistance over here, all right? Finally broke through, right? So this has been consolidating. It's got to get through. And this is one of, pound yen is a big mover, but these Turkish pairs, EUR TRY and USD TRY, they really move. This move right here, I know it looks small on the chart, but that's a big price move already for that pair, all right? It's a bit expensive, right? But it when it moves, really pays off. So if you guys want to trade it, just be careful, all right? Understand that it's a bit risky, all right? But if it fails, it does give pretty good tight signals to get out, okay? So here was the last time it failed, all right? So you have to follow the system when you guys trade this pair in particular. All the, everything we trade, but this pair in particular, because if you guys look here was the previous buy signal on a break of this resistance right here. Stop me if you guys have any questions. Break of resistance right here, right? Give a buy signal. It failed and price broke support right here. Give us a sell signal to get out, right? We got out here and look what happened. All right, this pair moves fast, right? So if you guys get in, gives a sell signal, get out, all right? It's a bit late here, so I would trade this on your 30-minute, all right? I would bring in the 30-minute and look for signals, buy signals. Here, we got a buy signal right here and failed, price failed, broke support right here, got out right here. Look at this move. So if you trade it, follow the system, but trade it on the 30-minute because this price action has already moved. You can get it in if you guys get, and I don't recommend this, All right. I don't recommend doing this, but if you got in here on the 240, okay, let's say it breaks this resistance right here, reaccumulation, then this will be your exit to get out on a break of this support right here. No, I wouldn't wait, okay, for this support down in here. That's a big drop. All right. But trade it on the 30-minute time frame if you're going to trade it, if you're not in it already. All right. Any questions on this?
Oh, hey Dave, I did have one I was looking at. What do you think about the GBP USD? It looked like that just broke. GBP USD.
Okay, long or short, Leon?
Short.
Short, okay.
Yeah. It looked like it broke on the day and the weekly time frame as well.
Okay. You said on the daily and the weekly?
Right. It looked like it's going in the same direction.
Okay, so let's take a look at that.
Okay.
GBP USD. All right, so we have okay, so on the 240, we've got a perfect. Are you in this at all?
Not yet. I'm about to be.
Okay.
I'm about to be. I'm looking at it.
Okay, so let's take a look here. On the 240, it broke right here, right? Pretty good support right here, right here, right here. Broke support right here. Was our trigger here, our sell short signal right here. Broke support. So break of support right here, and it's all the way down here. All right, what time frame were you looking to trade it on?
The daily, but I was going
The
to enter
daily.
it on the hour. I was going
Okay.
to use that for my entry.
All right. Let's take a look here. Let's see what it on the daily. Okay. Daily. All right. So, and you're not in it yet.
No, I'm not in it yet.
Okay. I would be careful with the daily. Here was the sell short signal on the daily. All right, was all the way up here at 133. Okay, all the way up here, and it's all the way down here. All right, so
Okay.
it's moved quite a bit. I wouldn't trade it on the daily. All right. Let's take a look at the 240 again.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I see. Well, yeah.
You see that?
Yeah.
Okay, it's really, and here was your first. Okay, so guys, watch this, follow, because this is important. Our entries are critical. All right, so here was the first sell short signal to take it down. All right, and then we've got redistribution right here.
Right. Yeah.
Okay, redistribution is right here. If you wanted to take it, if you wanted to get in, right, this would have been a good area to get in. But even with that, I don't like that. Okay. Now, so on what I would do is bring it back. All right. So let's take a look at the 240. And I think even the 240, let's do this here. All right, so Leon, let's see here. All right, okay, guys, this keeps coming up. All right, and I really want you guys to start watching your entries. Okay, let's move this. So we'll use this trade as an example. And Leon, I'm glad you asked about this trade. Okay.
Okay.
This is a good example here. Okay. So even on the 30 minutes, guys, okay, even on the 30 minutes, it's moved down quite a bit. Okay, and I want to show you guys. So this is where we get trapped within trades, right? We get trapped because of our entry. So on the 240, we know on the daily, it's moved quite a bit. All right, on the daily, it's moved quite a bit. All right, now on the 240, right? The 240, the opportunity was, when was this here? The opportunity was on the 22nd. Okay, on the 22nd. All right, so here was the break of resistance. I mean, break of support right here. Here was our trigger to go short. It's all the way down here. All right. Now, we've been talking about this recently. We've been talking about, and this is why I want you guys to start doing this, because I've noticed timing, you guys, your timing is off a bit. All right. So when you're not sure, right, when the price is moving either long or short, right, and you're not sure of your entry, go ahead and bring in your RSI. Your RSI, which is your oversold, overbought indicator. All right, you want to bring that in, okay, to show you where you are in relation to price, okay? Because sometimes just looking at the price chart, it can be confusing, okay? So always bring in your overbought, oversold indicator, which is the RSI. So if we look here on the 240, it's oversold. It's all the way down in here. That's oversold territory. All right. So what that means, guys, is that we could get a bounce back. Okay, so price could make a big move back before it goes down again. All right. Here on the 30-minute time frame, look at this deep. It's really, this blue right here is deep in oversold territory. All right. So yes, can we short this? Absolutely. We've missed the time. We've missed it up in here. Leon, you see this here? We've missed it here. The sell short signal on the 30. We've missed it here on the 240. Definitely missed it on the daily. All right, so expect buyers to come in. All right, buyers are looking at this, and they're getting anxious right now to take the price higher, because guess what? It's in oversold territory. All right, so this is the markdown phase. I want to show you guys something here. I want to show you guys, because this keeps coming up. All right, I want to show you guys this here. All right, and I kind of put this together so that this will help you guys. Okay, so you guys should see the 4 market phases. Okay, you guys should see this, the 4 market phases. You guys should have this. Okay, but I'll do this. Hold on. Okay. The 4 market phases that you guys are familiar with is this one right here. And I want you guys to start looking at the whole picture. All right, so this is the 4 market phases that you guys have currently. All right, so accumulation, right, markup, redistribution, markdown. All right, well, we need to understand that the next phase, right, the next phase in that markdown phase, all right, in that markdown phase, we have to anticipate the next phase, which we start all over again with the accumulation phase. Okay, so you guys should have this. All right, now let's go back to this chart here. Okay, so understand, after that markdown phase, when we get deep in oversold territory, guess what? What's going to come next? Accumulation phase, right? Just like here, and we start all over again. All right, so when you guys are deep in that markdown phase, do not look to be going short. right? Don't look to start going short. That's, you've missed the trade. We've missed the trade, right? And now is the time to switch hats, right? We need to switch hats. We need to wait, be patient, all right, for new support and resistance, price to break resistance. And guess what? Now we're in that accumulation phase and we start it all over again. All right. So we'll take GBP, JPY as an example. So Leon, your best opportunity right now, hold on one second here. Your best opportunity right now with pound dollar is to be patient, patiently waiting. All right. So you've missed the move, right? We've missed it. We can chase it, right? We can chase it. All right. Can chase it. Okay. So you see my screen here? You guys see my screen? Pound dollar right here. You see my cursor?
Right.
Right. Okay. So what we have to do now is to wait. No, I'm not saying that the price is going to go higher right now, but we've got to let it play out. Let that short close. So let this short trade here close. All right. And hopefully, guess what? It accumulates, right? Accumulates in here, break resistance and give a buy signal now to go higher. Okay. So this is where we want to start getting ready when it's deep in that markdown phase. We don't want to be looking to get to buy in this area to go short. We want to look to go back up. Every time, understand that this overbought, oversold territories, it's like a rubber band, right? And if it gets deep in that area, oversold, guess what? It's gonna have to bounce back to overbought. Every time you guys see that, every time it gets oversold, it makes a move up. Okay, so right now, oversold, be very, very, very careful with that. Okay, so Leon, thanks for sharing this. Okay, so just, I wouldn't go short yet on that. All right, good job. Any other questions? Any other questions? That RSI, you get it on the platform. Those of you who are using the system, all right, you just go to, you just right click, all right, studies, okay, add studies, all right, add studies. Let's see here. RSI, you go to RSI and you just select it. Okay, it's right here. All right, you want to, when I always say don't keep it on your screen, but whenever you need it, whenever you're not sure where the price is, right, if it's overbought or oversold, bring it out. And these are the areas we want to see. If it's deeply in the oversold territory or deep overbought, all right, then we need to be careful. All right, very good. All right, any other questions? Any other questions for me?
Hey, David.
Yes.
It's Peter.
Hey, Peter.
Can we look at the spider, the financial sector of the spider?
Okay. So the SPY.
What is that thing that you can see all the sectors, the markets, what's going on with markets?
Okay, right here.
Yeah. Is there one for financials?
For financials, yes.
Like
Let's
banks.
see here. Where's the financial?
I don't see it.
I don't see it. That's surprising. Okay. All right.
I'm about to short Synchrony or JP Morgan.
Okay.
So,
all right. Let me get it in here. 1 second, guys. Okay, so we can use the XLF. I thought we had it in here. Okay, 1 second. XLF. Okay, the XLF, let's put it in here.
Trying to decide on shorting Synchrony or Wells Fargo.
Okay. All right, so here it is on a daily time frame, Peter. Okay, let's bring in our short signal. It looks good. Looks good for a short. All right, so we do not have a sell short signal yet, but it's getting close. All right, we've got support, and this is much better here. All right, so Peter's looking to go short. So
We look at the usually when I go short, look at the smaller time frame, 30 minutes.
30 minutes, okay. I just want to show you guys the daily here, and we'll take a look at. So you see here all this, okay, all this consolidation in here. This is this distribution, right? This is a much better setup. This is a much better setup. All right. So let's take a look at.
It's a little counterintuitive because you think the Fed's raising interest rates. That means the banks can charge more interest on their products, and they should be going up.
Yep.
But Fidelity says the financial sectors do well on the recovery phase after the recession.
Okay.
So when people are spending more money. So since we're going into constriction, or yeah, I guess it's going down.
Yeah. So what?
Oh, tighter policies. Yeah, the tighter policies will. Mortgages are harder to qualify for. Loans are harder to qualify for. Okay. Yeah. Liquidity. Yeah, that will make sense.
Okay, so let's see here. Okay, so here is the 240.
That looks good.
240 looks good. All right, so let's do this. So 240 looks good here. We've got a nice early. The 30-minute, if you wanted to time it perfectly,
yeah,
you might want to wait for a little bit of a pullback, but you've got it. You're solid here. The 240 is solid. What's your are you looking at?
Could you do side by side? Leave the XLF on the right side, and then put on the 1 hour on short. It's called Synchrony, SYF. I usually like to do the whole sector and then just the individual stock.
It's S, Peter, is SY what?
SYF as in Frank.
Okay. Oh, hold on 1 second. Hold on. Oh. Okay, hold on.
It won't let you do it, huh?
Yeah, it will. Give me 1 second here. Okay, so we've got the XLF over here. And then we've got,
The synchrony just did the pullback, and it pulled back, and then it got rejected, and it's coming back down. So it's the perfect time
okay,
for me to get in.
okay. Oh, yes, look at that. Okay.
Yeah, I was waiting for that RSI to come back down, and it did. And I was watching it on Thursdays and Fridays. Couldn't decide whether I want to short Synchrony or Wells Fargo.
Okay.
But this one looks better because it got rejected.
Mm-hmm. So good job. Good. This is how we want to use RSI, right? So it was in oversold territory. Here. You waited for that for the buyers to come in. Now that we're gonna buy, right? But we know it's oversold. We know that we want to short it, right? We want to short it. So
It's making lower lows
yes,
and higher lows.
yes. And you know your sector, right? Your
Yep, that was the
sector.
one.
Mm-hmm. Your
I was
sector's
watching
got a
this.
sell signal. So just wait here for your sell short signal on the 30-minute.
Oh, I already got in.
Oh, you got
Like
in? Okay.
I usually do a call to protect my upside if it goes up against me, and I just start getting in.
Okay, very good.
Yeah, I already got my insurance. I got the insurance on the upside, and then I'm starting to go down.
Very good. I'm glad you used RSI here.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Good job. Good job. Guys, this is important when we, if you guys look here, every single time, the RSI works really, really well in conjunction to what we're doing, right? You don't want to use it by itself, okay? But especially when we use it with the system, with the 4 market phases and everything else that we do, it works really, really well. I really want to encourage everyone to start bringing in your RSI, all right? When you're looking for trades, especially when they're deep when they're just breaking out, okay, when they're just breaking out, getting in, breaking resistance, getting in that markup phase, you should be okay, all right. But when we're looking for opportunities like this, all right, where hey, the 240 is setting up, it's a nice breakout, right? Nice clean breakout here. Sell short signal right here. This is absolutely perfect, right? We got follow through, right? We got follow through here, all right? And we look into time over entry. We have to wait for it to come from oversold territory, all right? Vice versa, if it's long, okay, we go in long, okay? But understand whenever we get in oversold territory, okay, expect a bounce back, okay, expect a big move. Same for if it's overbought and it's flashing overbought. All right, look what price did. Price came down, all right. Oversold territory, oversold, it's flashing oversold, right? Price went up. All right, right down here, oversold territory, right here. Guess what? Price went up. Okay, so at some point, it's gonna be oversold in here. It's not oversold yet. It's gonna be oversold here. But guess what? By the time it gets oversold here, it's gonna bring down that 30-minute time frame. That's gonna get oversold. All right. And then by the time it gets oversold, Peters will be looking to get out of the trade. We'll get sell short signal to get out. Okay. So just keep that in mind. Okay. That's why this RSI is important. Okay. Good job, Peter. Much better trade, right? Much better trade, much better timing. Okay,
You
much better
turn the synchrony into a daily time frame.
in a daily. Okay, daily. All right, this is daily, Peter.
Yeah. So I was watching the trend, and it was oversold. So then I saw that violent rally, and it was like, okay, is it gonna go long, or is it just a pullback?
Yeah, it's usually going to be a pullback. It's not
We're in a
it's not
markdown
perfect.
phase.
Yes, when it's the markdown phase, and when you guys get this, and you will, if you keep practicing, right? When it's in the markdown phase and you have big pullbacks like that, yes, can it turn into accumulation and head back up? Absolutely, right? It can do that, but usually what happens that the selling continues. Okay, kind of like here.
And I just wanted the sector to confirm, the XLF to confirm that my belief, my thesis was correct.
Yeah, very
That's
good.
going to continue to go down.
Very good. So you've got the sector right on your side. You've got the stock on your side. You waited for that pullback. We waited patiently, right? Patiently for that pullback, right? Keeping the RSI in mind, right? Keeping the RSI in mind. All right. And let's see here, 240. And then what's the guys, what's the one other thing Peter has in his favor? What's the one other thing he has in his favor? So he has the sector in his favor. The stock is lining up. He got the pullback that he wanted. What's the other thing that he has in his favor? There's one other thing he has in his favor.
Sellers are in control.
Was that Daniel?
The sellers are in control.
Okay, yes, but what's the one other thing he has on his side? So he's got the sector on his side, the stock on his side. He got the pullback that he wanted, right? He's got a sell signal here on a break of support on the sector, right? His stock is lining up. What's the one other thing he has on his side?
I would say the S&P, the market itself,
Very
going
good.
in that direction.
Yes, good job, Leon. Good job. Good job. So he's got the S&P right here. Good job. Right. Look here. Right. Sellers are coming in, and you're right, Daniel. Sellers are in control. Right. Sellers are in control. All right. The indexes, look here, they're coming down too. So now that's not going to guarantee that his trade will be successful, but he's done everything that he should do, right? So the
And then
index,
I got the resistance, the price that got rejected. That's my my ceiling. So if price goes back to that point, I'll get out.
okay, so let's take a look at that.
So technically, I'm not in it fully. I don't have a full position, but I bought the call at 42, and I got it cheap. I got $47. It just cost the insurance, and now I'm gonna start selling the stock.
So your exit, if
right. Yeah, if the price comes back up there and breaks resistance, then I'm gonna get out.
Very good. Okay, looking at this chart here, guys, what else looking from the chart itself? So we want to get as much confirmation as possible, right? When we do this, what else does he have? Looking at the chart right here, right? Looking at the chart right here, what else does he have working in his favor? This is the 240. So he got the pullback what he wanted over. He got it's overbought, right? So he's going short. He's taking it down. So he wants it to be overbought, okay, to take it back down. Not oversold, overbought. What else does he have in his favor? right? He's got it closed. He has a white candle that closed.
Yep.
All right.
I was
So
waiting for that.
got a white candle that closed. What usually comes after a white candle?
A red candle, and
A
that'll be
red
my
candle.
confirmation entry.
Yep.
Waiting for that red candle to come in.
Come in. Very good. Good job. Good job. I think the biggest thing, we talked about this last week with Peter, and I think the biggest thing was the timing of that entry, just like Leon mentioned this evening, right? I think that's the biggest concern, right? Because let's say Peter had entered down here, right?
Yeah,
Let's
I
say
would have got crushed.
gotten crushed.
Crushed on the pullback.
Yeah, you would have gotten crushed on that pullback. So that's
Yeah.
why this is critical. All right. Right. When you guys are new, we don't talk about this a lot, right? Because this is more advanced. All right. This is more advanced. We just want you to kind of just kind of trade and, but once you really start getting going, we want to do this stuff right here. All right. This is a much better trade than shorting it down here.
Yeah, like I think coming to the meeting and looking at the system, we're trying to incorporate how do we get in at a safer place.
Yeah.
And when something's oversold or overbought, you got to expect that pullback. You just don't want to jump in. You want to expect that pullback and then let the pullback confirm that the trend is still going to continue.
So the pullback is happening now, though, right, Peter? That's what you're looking at, correct?
Yeah, I was watching Synchrony. It's like a downtrend, and I was just like, okay, it's way oversold, and it's doing a pullback. So you see that green candles, and then
Yeah.
I know the price will get rejected at a certain point because the market is going down. And after that rejection, I'm looking for another signal to sell short. So the RSI told us, it's overbought. So okay, that's one, and then the sector, financial sector, it's giving us a sell signal. So that's two. So then I'm ready to go in.
Yeah. And then that confirmation, that real confirmation that he's looking for is, if you guys look here.
And the final confirmation was I'll be looking at the sell signal on the 30 minutes, 30 minutes or 15 minutes.
Yeah.
And then I'm just go in and sell like 100 shares.
Yeah.
And I'll buy back.
Yeah. And then look here, if it here previous here is resistance right here. This is where the previous short closed. All right. If it gets back down in this area, if it breaks support now, coming back down, support. All right. If it breaks this, guess what? He's going to get a red candle. Okay. A red candle. All right. Hopefully test this. Look at this. That's got pretty good consolidation in here, right? Pretty good. If you guys notice, there's going to be a lot of traders that this happens to us, right? When we go long, right? Because we're not aware of the overall trend, right? So I can guarantee you this gave a buy signal, okay, on the 240, all right? But the overall trend is down. It's down, all right? So guess what? It gets back down in this area. If it breaks that support right here, boy, right? He could get a nice move lower down. But guess what? He's up, shorting it up in this area right here. He's not shorting it down in this area right here. All right. So good job, Peter.
Yeah, I'll probably use the RSI when it gets to oversold and then it starts curving back up, then I'll probably take profit.
Yeah. Good job. All right. Anything else, guys? Any other questions for me before we close? Good job. We'll use more of this. We'll talk more about, you guys probably noticed, right? We're talking more about RSI. Your timing is going to be critical, right? Once you understand what we're doing here, support and resistance, the 4 market bases, all of that, then everything moving forward is going to be your timing, okay? Last time we talked about we've been talking about getting in on your narrow support and resistance, tight support and resistance ranges. Okay, but this is a big one here. This is one that you guys can use right away and see value in it. RSI. All right, your RSI. All right, any more questions? Okay, so we're gonna end. Keep an eye on Bitcoin. If I was a betting man, and I don't bet, right, I would say that Bitcoin will probably break this trend line right here, move lower. We are still looking for a test. All right, a test of support down in this area here. We are still looking at that 30,000 mark for Bitcoin. All right, so that theory hasn't changed unless Bitcoin really makes a move higher. We're still looking for Bitcoin to test this 30,000 mark. All right, they're consolidating all the major Bitcoin, all the major crypto pairs are consolidating. Let me move this. Okay, so be careful with cryptos. Okay, they're all tightly consolidating, so they could definitely break to the downside. Okay, sellers, it's red candles, so the momentum is to the downside right now. Monster scalper Forex traders, keep an eye, guys. Look for these dollar pairs. Don't sleep on these dollar pairs, okay? So the dollar pairs, euro pairs, they're really moving, right? So these are big moves, all right? If you're not in them, look for opportunities on the 30-minute time frames, okay? Look for opportunities on the 30-minute time frame. You can also look for short opportunities in the Aussie pair and the Kiwi pair, but this is where you should be. Dollar and euro pairs is really where we should be. Lots of movement. Look here, all these 20 and above, all these pairs here that are in yellow, they're trending or they're breaking out. Okay, so this is where you should be. These are consolidating right now. Okay, so keep an eye on pound yen. If pound yen gives another, look at this, amazing trading with pound yen on the 240. All right, so if it moves back up kind of like this, right, if it does this, all right, if you miss these opportunities here, if it starts to trend again, we want to get in those pairs in pound yen. All right, so you guys should be all over Forex. All right, there's not a lot of opportunities in the equity markets right now. All right, tons of opportunities in Forex. All right, so we want to be fluid, move from one market to the next. We can't force we can't force this market. All right, the VIX is moving higher, right? Sellers are coming in. All right, unless you're going short like Peter, right? We don't want to be long, right? Unless we're doing like sniper, we're going to get in and out, okay? But be very, very careful with equities, all right? Pay attention to Forex. Really pay attention to Forex, okay? All right, guys, I will see you guys tomorrow for our next class, Q&A. All right, good job following, bringing in your RSI, guys. Work with your RSIs, okay? Bring it in, all right? Bring it in, use it. It's gonna help your timing. It's gonna help with your timing, okay? Take care, have a good evening, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Take care, guys. Bye-bye. Good job.